Now, we all know that with South African celebrities, navigating love has always turned into navigating drama. And this can also be said for interracial relationships too. Now, there's always a lot to learn from celebrity relationships. And one thing can be said for sure is that men will forever embarrass you. It just does not matter the race. Starting off with Denise Zimba and ex-husband Jacob Schlitting. Now, Denise is a TV personality and actress. She got engaged to husband or ex-husband Jacob in 2019, and they were married by 2022 in April. And later, they have their first daughter. Okay, and then it is said that their marriage started seeing cracks in the late 2023, and the pair got separated. They were staying in Germany at the time, and since the split, Denise has been caring for their two daughters while Jacob demanded that the kids be returned to Germany. Now, the reason for the split, you may ask? Well, Denise says that her ex husband was emotionally and financially abusive to her. He also was cheating on her. Now, despite the fact that they lived together, Jacob refused to help with the children. Denise even once mentioned that Jacob had once voiced in one of their fights that she is not a priority to him. Now, Denise also recalled a time when Jacob refused to pay for Denise's mother's flight to Germany to help with the children, but would later pay for his sick cat. It is said that he paid 900 euros for his sick cat. You do the math, how much is that in South African rands? Now, in more shocking details, Denise also mentioned that she had once caught husband Jacob masturbating while texting another female, and one of their children was in the room sleeping. She was constantly told that she is poor and could not manage without him. Pabi Moloi and Rowan Adams, or should I say ex husband Rowan Adams, talk about having a scammer for a man. Now, this man, it's as if he sat down and drafted a plan on how to mess around with a black woman's life and reputation. Now, Pabimoloi firstly denied, being legally married to Ruan, and they dealt with a messy court battle as Pabi wanted to part ways and officially divorce Ruan. Now, reports also shared that Ruan Adams was trying to secure 50% of Moloi's estate as he claimed that they were married in community of property because he had paid lobola for her. Now, in response, Upabi has contested Adams' claims of marriage, saying they had a sexual relationship which produced a child, but they were never married. Apparently, Pabi left the relationship because Urwan was abusive and because he was accusing her of abusing substances. Pabi also said that Ruan had abused her financially and failed to contribute to their relationship or partnership, never helping out with any of the expenses. She further claims that Adams was extremely possessive and jealous of her and says that he embarrassed and harassed her both privately and publicly. According to the publication, Adams questioned the paternity of their only child and manipulated Pabi with threats of suicide. Now, apart from demanding 50% of Moloi's estate, Urwan also wanted Umoloi to pay back 25,000 rands, Pabi Moloi to pay back 25,000 rands that he paid for Ilobola. Pabi does own or is known to own properties in about four places like Fourways, Elton Hill, Edinburgh, and also in Waverley. And also, Adams also said that he was entitled to Pabi's savings, investments, pension funds, vehicles, housing or household items, as well as Pabi's shares. Now, Upabi didn't get any or into any specifics around the drug abuse allegations, but she denied using any substances. And this was at the time that this was going on, which was 2024, I think beginning of 2024. Now, a more shocking one, Linda Mtoba and Stephen Mayer. Now, Linda Mtoba met her husband when she was about 19 years old. It is said that they met at a nightclub. They later connected on Facebook, and then the rest was history. They were married for about 6 years, and they do have a daughter together. Now, they decided to call it quits in 2023 over allegations that Ustivovo was cheating on Linda and was also known as a blesser in the UKZN streets. Now, Linda and Steve had a somewhat private relationship before they split. It was also known that Stivovo had become very popular in the UKZN streets and among UKZN students that he had affairs with. Now, I guess it is true when they say that when ingat uyayipraiser indoda izokuhlaza. All right. I mean, Usisi had Mrs. Husband on her Insta bio before she removed it, and that was when everyone knew that all the rumors were true. Kandi, what do these men want? I mean, look at Linda. Look at her. Actress Masasa Mbangeni dated TV producer Gwydion Bainon for about 2 years before they called it quits in 2022. It was said that the split came as a shock to Masasa, and for some time she could not handle it. Now, the pair had moved in together during the honeymoon phase and that's when the cracks started showing. Now, there was a major shift in the relationship when Masasa quit her job as a drama lecturer and went back to acting full time. It is said that that was exactly what caused a strain in the relationship, as all the financial responsibilities now were on Gideon. Whatever happens or happened to men being providers. Lyra and Robin Call. Now, Lyra and her power hungry husband Robin decided to split back in 2019, and that was after 9 years of marriage. Although there were many speculations about their separation, it was never said why they decided to call it quits. Now, Robin was also a producer and Lyra's manager. He managed her under a company called Jazzworks. There were a lot of talks about how Robin underpaid some of Lyra's staff, including her band, how he kept all of this from Lyra, and how Lyra was always kept out of the loop with what was going on in the business. Now, it is also apparently a good thing that Lyra had a label of her own called Otaro Music, and it was not a joint company to her husband, so it was separate to what they had together. Okay, and also remember, Lyra is also the one who had stroke in around early 2023, or it was reported around 2023, and she had a stroke while in Germany, and the two were no longer together by then. And then lastly, we have Tekis, or rather Ngateko Dinwiddie. Ngateko or Tekis was married to Chris Dinwiddie, and they were once one of Mzansi's most loved couple. They got married in a glamorous wedding that was featured on Top Billing in 2017. Tekis was a choreographer and Chris a retired rugby player at the time. They do have two daughters together, and they later moved to the UK after living in SA for some time. It was learned that they separated in 2023 when people noticed that they no longer featured each other on any of their posts on social media. It was later learned that Chris was the one who allegedly cheated with his high school sweetheart or high school friend, and that was exactly what had ended that beautiful marriage. So no one has commented between the two about the state of their marriage. Now, Sonia and Matthew Booth. Do you remember the famous cheesecake? And you get those couples where you feel like you've known them for so long, you've even forgotten about them. You know they're married, and it feels as if they will forever be married. Sonia as well as Matthew both were that couple. Now, in November 2022, Sonia shared posts detailing how Matthew had allegedly been cheating on her for almost a year with his mistress. She hired a private investigator who confirmed her initial suspicions. Now, Sonia and both were married for over 10 years and they do have two boys together. It is unclear when they met, and Sonia is a businesswoman and a former model, and Matthew is a well known former soccer star. Remember the infamous cheesecake story? Kutwa Matthew had baked a cheesecake at night, but in the morning it was gone. Sonia had also said that he had baked it for his mistress, Bongani, and Bongani, a woman, right? And Sonia left the cheesecake carrier on the garage floor where he parked, so to show him that she knew about the alleged infidelity. Now, using her pain as motivation, Usonia had decided to start a business called Marula Cheesecake Passion, offering ice cream, frozen yogurt, as well as alcoholic popcorn. Sonia had recently shared that she finalized the divorce with Matthew, and it took her over 2 years, and that was 2 years of heartbreak as well as depression. Okay, I think we can all learn that men are unpredictable. It does not matter how long you've been with them, they will forever go for whatever it is that they want.